we're recording, bro. So go for it.
Okay. Joke.
Oh my god, I have to stop recording that.
And those are the types of jokes that
Yeah,
Mad Cat Moss is doing. So
that is it. Yeah. So I Big D said I'm gonna tell you two short jokes. Or
three jokes, two short
three
ones and a long
three
one.
short. Yeah, anyway. That was yeah. So we're talking about Mad Cat,
Oh no.
Riddick Moss.
No.
Isn't it dope though that Burger King Corbin, which is now just Baron
Happy
Corbin,
Corbin.
and uh, Shinsuke Nakamura, the King, they both have little stooges that are like wrestlers, actually.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, man. I think Nakamura's game is just like shot through the roof since he got with his
Oh man.
booze,
Sad
whatever. What's his name?
Rick Boogs.
Rick Boobs.
Rick Boogs.
Yeah, I
Oh,
call him Rick
I,
Boobs.
I feel different about that. I don't want him to be with Shinsuke anymore.
Why?
Um, I don't know.
He'll lose his voice, like he'll lose his vocal cords. Just how he introduces them every time.
it's just tough. It's tough for me right now, but I do like that um, they're kind of going after each other, at least setting up for that feud. Um, so we'll get some more tag matches in that. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about Shinsuke right now.
Oh, I thought dude. Okay, so we're not on the same page on this one. I think I'm a huge fan of the presentation of Shinsuke Nakamura right now. Like with the guitar and everything, man. That's
Yeah, I mean it's all nice and fun,
it's a
and it
show.
was. I enjoyed it at
Yeah,
first.
we think it's wearing out.
Now I think it's going a little too far, but
Well,
and it seems like they're going to keep continuing it. So
well,
whatever.
how far? Like Mr. Boobs
Mhm.
has his voice. He's not only is he screaming, but he's raspy. I mean, that's gotta destroy his vocal cords. Like that's gotta destroy his voice, man.
Well, that's where you have your vocal practice, and as long as you take care of your vocal cords and all that, yeah.
I'll be like, but I guess what I'm trying to get at, and this is not something we pre-planned to talk about this, but I guess it's
So
happening now. uh, I just like it just seems like he keeps like upping the ante with how loud he gets and how much like how rock and roll he gets.
right,
And so eventually we're gonna hit that limit, you know. And
right. And
when
he has
when you
improved.
realize that he hits that limit is probably when the feud is gonna start slowly, or maybe not even slowly, but maybe even more
Right.
expeditiously
Ex-
move
exponentially.
forward. Whatever. Yeah,
Exponentially.
expediently. I'm making up freaking words.
Expedient.com.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
Buy some
yeah.
tickets for some shit.
Well,
Hotels.
yeah, I don't really know because like they did a little thing where the Dirty Dogs were like had a couple tag matches against or had a tag match against them, and then I think Boobs had a singles match against Ziggler, squashed him. Had a singles match against Big Bobby,
Hmm.
um, Rude, and beat him. So I mean, like they're starting to get some matches out of him, and even in his ring work, I was curious of how it was going to be. And I wasn't really too impressed yet. Um, so I mean, but I know everything's a process. Um, so, but
I
I
mean,
just
that's how they're bringing new wrestlers in, you know,
right, right,
which is
and
fine.
with Madcap Moss, like Riddick Moss, he's been there. He's been in the company for a while now. He was down in NXT to start with, then he got called up, and then um, he was kind of there in the beginning of uh, Raw Underground.
Mm.
And I don't know if it's been injuries that he's been away or anything, but when Corbin brought him out, I was like, yes, because I really enjoy Riddick Moss. Um, and he has that charisma that he can now. They really didn't have him in anything before. Um, so it's kind of nice to see him have a gimmick now, and it is over the top and it is super like not a evil heel, but like that annoying heel where you just hate people, and they're going to do a great job of having people hate. And I think that's another cool thing about Corbin now is his evolution of his character.
Yeah.
Yet he still is equally hated
I
again, and
I
now
tell you
he's yeah.
I tell you what, man. I think Corbin is definitely like for me to me has improved.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't necessarily like when he was losing and he was basically broke.
Right, right.
I didn't like that, but the way they turned it around, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of like he's got a little Rick Grimes thing to it going on. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's like they might have borrowed that from Mr. Grimes. Sorry about all the
That might,
noise behind me right now. It's a busy thing happening. I apologize.
oh, it's all good.
Yeah. Uh, that I guess that's all I had to say on that.
Yeah, it was.
I'm kind of a fan of Shinsuke right now, and you're not.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I just don't know if it's like, I mean, he had his little thing with Apollo Crews, um, and then I don't know. I mean, well, Crews is on Raw now, but which I can't wait for these rosters to take effect. Jeez, feels like the draft was 2 months ago already. Um, but I don't know. Maybe it's just the people that he's. Maybe it's just the matches that they've been having him in, and it just hasn't. It's just been eh. I didn't really care for the whole King Nakamura thing too
Mm,
much. Um, just because I didn't. I mean, at first it was kind of because he was having a lot of fun with it. Especially when he was trying to like stealing it from Corbin, and that just kind of, I don't know.
mm.
It didn't really matter. I mean, um, so I for some reason I always feel like, I guess that's what's going to segue into our first topic. Really, is about King of the Ring coming up. Well, it's actually happening, but the finals are Thursday at Crown Jewel. Um, for some reason, I always feel like the King of the Ring, whoever is the king or wins it, whatever, a gimmick change comes with it. And not only a gimmick change, but I always feel like the winner should be a heel. I don't know if it's. I mean, I don't think I'm the only one. But when I think about King of the Ring, I always think about the villains more than the faces being a king. Um, you had the Lawlers, the Harley Race, um, Owen Hart, Corbin, Booker T. Um, I know we had like Austin, uh, Bret Hart. But Bret Hart, he really didn't do anything with that King. Winning King of the Ring really didn't do anything to Hart. He didn't take it. He wasn't considering himself, King Bret or anything like that. Um,
Hmm. So
so,
so
so, so with Nakamura being King, I mean, he kind of gained like a gimmick, and and then as of Friday, I think it was, or it was 2 weeks ago, whatever, when the tournament started, he gave the crown back. So he's no longer technically called King Nakamura anymore. King Shinsuke.
Yeah, but he's still king in my heart.
Well, he's also still king on
Yeah.
his entrance, the video package of his on the Titantron.
Well, yeah. I mean, we could
This,
talk about the crown. I think you might have mentioned something about the crown, how cheap it was.
oh yes, the new crowns, yes,
Yeah, it
yeah.
looked like a.
Everything just looks super cheap.
Well, it looks like that doesn't it look like Game of Thrones,
A little
like
bit. I mean,
like but like fake leather.
right?
I don't know, man. It's like I don't understand. Like they're making so much money, they can't make like a pretty badass crown, or are they? Do they lose him? Is that what's up? Do they need to be like folded so wrestlers can travel with it?
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the deal with the new King of the Ring crown? Not that it matters, I guess. Who cares? It's
Right.
just
I mean, I guess
kind of
it
bothersome.
really doesn't. I mean, as long as this, I mean, maybe the scepter could be stronger than last year's, or not last year, but what 2 years ago was when Corbin won. Yeah, 2019.
Yeah.
Um, and like his scepter broke within like weeks of. I mean, he broke it in a match, but they never like gave him like a new one or anything.
Hmm.
But I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, I
I
don't know.
don't
I
know where like
just
where WWE draws the line with these gimmicks. Like,
I don't know. They set the. I mean, like the bar of the King of the Ring has been lowered so much. Like it used to be its own. First of all, it used to be its own pay per view
yes.
where you had the entire tournament in one night. Not one match from back in the day. I don't know what year it was, but they had 16 competitors. This year
Eight?
they had four, yeah, eight. Um, I mean, I don't know, but it just seemed to it used to matter more. It was just a way more bigger deal than it is now, and I don't know why it's not, and it hasn't been for a long time. Um, no, like I always enjoyed uh, tournaments like that. Um, I don't know.
Well, I think it's probably first of all injury. Second of all, because you'd have a wrestler would have to wrestle at least. Well, some of them will end up wrestling 3 matches that night.
Right.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. It's. I guess it just progressively gets worse. Like you're supposed to have finals, yet you have tired wrestlers who are supposed to perform. In the finals. I think partly it's to be able to have some storylines to string out to extend.
Right. Right.
You know, I mean, really, like if you think about it, they need storylines. They really do.
Sure.
Uh, and it's a lot of uh, it's a lot of writing, man. And this King of the Ring kind of like the tournament makes it interesting. It's a kind of what we were doing. So for a while there, for anyone listening, we were doing. I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks. We tried it. We did a little tournament
Hmm.
with
Right.
dice.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that was like some of the most taxing thing to be a commentator on, because like that was like these matches. There was like wins coming from behind. There were like squashes. That was just it was kind of like I don't know about how you felt about it, but I was like really enjoying like I just didn't know what was gonna happen, and
Oh yeah. Yeah.
people would just pick their wrestlers and you know they just pick their wrestlers and then we let the roll of the dice decide everything. And man,
Mhm.
it's like we had Stone Cold versus who lost to was it Earthquake? I think it was Earthquake.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Then
Or
Kane came back to
yeah.
beat the Undertaker in a finals match that was just like because he was down like I don't know, like 20-3 or some ridiculous like that. I think we're going to 30.
Mhm.
Uh, but anyway, yeah, and Kane came back. I mean, wow, what a match, what a final.
Right. I
So
mean, that's kind of like the excitement that we want
yeah, yeah,
from what's happening. I don't know if we're going to get that. I kind of hope we do. Um, so like right now, I mean, we've got Finn Balor. He's the only one in the final for now until
if
tomorrow night when Xavier Woods takes on Jinder Mahal. So it's either going to be Xavier Woods or Jinder Mahal versus Finn Balor for the King of the Ring final, which is going to be at Crown Jewel.
well,
Um,
I'm excited for Xavier Woods. Apparently,
mhm.
he's getting a little bit of a push here.
And there's part of me that thinks that um, just because I noticed uh, when they came, so him and Kofi both had matches on the same night,
Hmm.
not at the same time, but when they came out the first time and they both went over to the crown and the chair and all that, like Xavier Woods had like this like stare, almost like he was like possessed kind of look on his face. And whereas like his you can see like the hunger for it. And I know he's been like promoting Wanda being it, even the last King of the Ring um, on social media or whatever. I don't know any specifics, but he's really like pushing for it. So he's getting a lot of people behind him on that. Um, but to see the look on his face, and part of me is like, okay. So part of me I really wanted Kofi to beat Mahal so that we could get Xavier Woods versus Kofi and kind of see where that would go. Even if it was just a match between the two and nothing came from it as far as, you know, hating each other, like whatever, they just fought each other. I would have preferred that. Um One part of me would have preferred that, but then the other part of me would love it if Jinder Mahal won the whole thing. So
Mm.
I think he also deserves a push and to win it in front of uh, the home crowd. I think it would be a huge. Um, but also among the three, again, I think King of the Ring. I'm thinking a heel, and that's Jinder Mahal in this situation. But Xavier Woods could be that turning into a heel.
I,
Um,
do you think they're gonna break up New Day?
I want them to.
You
I
really?
think I think that they would be. I think they would make it would be a lot of heat, definitely. But I
Mm.
think the word really wanted to say was people would be invested in that story.
For sure.
You
But
know, yeah.
what is the risk of them going getting uh,
Well,
breaking up a New Day and then all this New Day merchandise, which
mhm,
apparently is like they're one of their biggest sellers.
true.
You know, it's
Um, don't
really it's like
go
I guess if you want to know what's gonna happen, just look at the merchandise,
right,
or at least like if you can find out the sales of merchandise.
right, right.
Yeah.
I mean, like my answer with that would be don't go Bailey on it. Don't do the whole Bailey and Sasha thing. But already you can tell like Sasha's a heel, so Bailey's just gonna come back and they're just gonna be friends again, but they're gonna both be heels or something. Um, but I mean, I am all about breaking up the New Day. Like even last year when they both got drafted off of different shows.
Well, who else is like geared towards children outside of New Day?
Uh, Nikki Ash,
Okay.
um, well, Big E, I guess, in a sense.
Well, where's he gonna be if New Day's broken up?
Well, I
The
mean, he's already on Raw, and they're on SmackDown now. So
this game.
they've been split up, but
So wait
um,
a minute. Like the draft is not like. picked like
Well, either way, even if it's not active now, Big E was still technically on SmackDown and New Day was on Raw,
yeah.
so they weren't really together. But they've been having people on both shows since the draft, anyways. But um, yeah, um, but like even when they were together, I was all about like because I'm just into that drama. Like drama creates viewers. So if you can get Xavier Woods and Kofi to, I don't know, I just see something. I can imagine something where Xavier Woods wins this. He becomes the king of the ring. He has like that
Heel turn.
power, that like esque of powerness,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of seeps into his character and like it changes his character, and then he becomes King Xavier, and Kofi's like, dude, like you're kind of being a douchebag. Like right now, he's like, I'm not being a douchebag. And then bam, he like falls off and knocks out Kofi Kingston, and then it's just like, oh no, now they're fighting. And you have Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, whatever. And then Big E comes in, and I don't know, maybe
Because I
rides
did
in
it.
rides in on a white unicorn and saves the day, and they're back together, and merchandise is okay.
Ah, I see. I see. So it's absence makes the heart grow fonder. So let's break up New Day. Let's really make it
Yeah,
bad,
something like just,
and then
but
boom.
it's also something different. They'll give Xavier Woods a singles push, which he's the only one that hasn't really had one up on the main roster, at least.
Do you think
Um,
Xavier Woods? Well, first of all, I used to notice Xavier Woods had basically lifted shoes. Like the soles of his shoes were so thick. I don't know if that was because of the kicks or if that was to increase his height. I don't know, but I'm not seeing that. Either they disguised it better, or I'm not seeing it now.
hmm,
But I don't. I think I thought New Day was one of those um, factions, if you will, that's just like, oh, the power of friendship, no matter what, like
mhm,
loyalty, no matter what.
right.
Now you're right. I mean, there's a huge story because they've built it up for so long, and they stayed with their friendship for so long that
Hmm.
if they do break them up, that's that's gonna have some gravity, and those are the stories really
Right,
that
and
you're
like,
looking for.
that's what I don't know. That's what I am. I'm a storyteller. And that's why I like to watch it. It's the stories. Um, you can even go with um, the Shield,
Hmm.
Reigns, Rollins, and Moxley, and Rollins turns his back on him, and then there's no more of the Shield. But as soon as they all ended up together in the ring at the same time, that's all that people wanted was to see them back together, even after a year and a half, 2 years of fighting each other. In the end, they all ended up, putting their fists back together, and then they continued back onto their own single ways. I don't
For a
know.
long time.
I just think it would be a really cool, really good story. It would just, you know,
Well, it's not happening, but maybe that's a good thing. It's not happening at the King of the Ring.
right, right. Unless he wins, unless Woods beats Mahal and he wins the King of the Ring, he beats
All
Finn
right,
Balor.
all right. So prediction then.
Uh,
Finals of round three finals and winner. We know Finn Balor is in it.
I don't want Balor. I really wanted Sami Zayn just because I think he would be great, and like the conspiracy thing could like drop because he's not doing it as much anymore, but they're still bringing it up a little bit. So I think something like him winning the King of the Ring would have ended the um, all that conspiracy talk. But now with him slowly turning Dominic against Ray, I'm liking that story. Um, or whatever. So, but he's not there. But Finn Balor, I mean, he's Prince. He's Prince Balor. He's not. I mean, eventually, I guess Prince turns into a king, but Balor hasn't done anything as a prince yet. So I don't think he really. Of the three, you're expecting Finn Balor to come out on top just because it's Finn Balor. I don't. I personally, but again, for me, I think it's going to be Jinder Mahal. That's my
Well,
prediction. Jinder Mahal versus Finn Balor, and
I
Jinder wins.
I predict what you said about Xavier Woods.
Okay, and I'll take. So if I rank them from most, well, my higher prediction to lowest of what I want, Jinder, Xavier, Finn. So if it's not Jinder, I'd rather have it be Xavier.
Yeah, there's no
Um,
point for Finn to actually win if you think about it,
no,
because he's already a main event star.
right,
So,
right.
not
Eventually,
that
he's
I
just
necessarily agree with that, but whatever. Doesn't
yeah.
matter what I agree with or not.
As long as he
Just
doesn't have another fight with the turnbuckle, he's okay.
that would be funny. Like every time the demon fights now, which that too is kind of like, oof, okay, don't beat him too much. you know? Uh
We could never have a pole match with him.
yeah. Yeah,
But,
just let's he's so powerful that he breaks the ring and shit. Like I don't know, like some stupid thing like that. Just so he doesn't have to lose. Um Because I mean that's the whole point of that character. That character is kind of an attraction, like the Fiend. So, not that I would put them two in the uh, uh, um, same ballpark, but still, uh, kind of like his other persona is it's a little bit more of a like an attraction, a main event
mhm.
star, and that's how it should be. And I'm glad he's not like just abusing it. But I feel like WWE's like, uh, don't beat him too much now.
Right.
Uh, Okay, well, we also need to talk about the Queen's Crown tournament, which
Yes.
is like, why can't you have Queen of the Ring? What's wrong with that?
I don't know.
Like,
And I don't.
did they pull some like some of those focus groups, and they're like, they're so just they have so many things up their ass already that they're like, no, no, no. The one that pulls the best is the queen that pulls the best. Hey, hey. Ah, it's Queen's crown. I was like, they're not fighting for a crown. Like, just I
I
have a
hope.
crown. It could be a tiara. Like, who cares? It's about the prestige. It's about kingsmanship, which is, why can't there be a Queen of the Ring? Or why can't they do the King of the Ring female edition? Or
Frankly, we don't even know anything about kings and queens over here, so it's kind of not. Right.
well,
They're
do you
just
think it's
ignorant.
do you think it's that stupid? Do you think that they just forgot, or they have no idea? They're like Queen's Crown,
I,
or are they
I
still
don't
trying to like? Or are they still on that train where they're like, well, we're gonna show them patriarchy type of shit, just like in protest, you know? Not that I agree with any of them. Um, Queen's Crown. We're basically down to Zelina Vega versus either Shayna Baszler or Doudrop, which ought to tell you how the importance they're putting in this. But here's the cool thing. The cool thing about it is that, um, I mean, Zelina Vega's been around a while. Uh,
hmm
Shayna Baszler, she's kind of getting into her own. Okay, she's definitely grown even since we started doing this podcast.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Dewdrop, I really don't know that much about. I'm not necessarily interested. I'm glad that they brought wrestlers of any size in there to wrestle.
right,
Um, and it just on size wise, like Dewdrop should be able to just beat the crap out of Shayna Baszler and Zelina Vega combined, like together in the same match.
right,
So, um, th- there's not a lot of excitement there, but I'm hoping that like they're probably trying to bring a star up, which at this
right,
point
right,
would be Dewdrop, really.
right.
Unless Shayna Baszler has held gold, Dewdrop hasn't. So I have a feeling that, well, I don't know. I think Shayna Baszler might take this, but
Right.
it's kind of like underwhelming
Mhm. Well, I
because
think for me, I mean, like the Vega part really makes it underwhelming.
yeah,
Um, no, I mean, like I mean, Shane has been on her tear lately
yeah,
of just destroying, woman after woman after woman.
which is why I
And then,
think
dude,
she's gonna win the Queen of the Ring or what?
right?
Screwed up.
Well, and then
Queen's
then
crown.
we had she was gonna attack uh, Dana Brooke, smashing her elbow or whatever, and then Dewdrop came down and saved her. And Shayna Baszler kind of like backed off, and then she did like this little like surprise hit or whatever on
Mm,
Dewdrop, and Dewdrop, it didn't affect, like she took it and she just turned around, and so like she showed that she has no fear really against
mm.
Shayna. So that kind of gives the like kind of So I would have rather have seen Dewdrop. I mean, we are seeing Dewdrop and Shayna in a final, but not the actual final. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see Dewdrop. I mean, if Dewdrop goes over Shayna, then I mean that's first of all that's huge for Dewdrop, and that's a huge thing for Shayna to do. Um, which depending on how it happens, could not hurt Shayna. Like maybe if she goes overboard on Dewdrop and she loses by disqualification or something. Um, and then Vega beats Dewdrop. Vega being queen, it gives her something to do.
But she doesn't need to
um,
be a queen to be a bitch.
right, right, and she doesn't need, and it's definitely not going to help her fight better
Yeah,
or have better
no, it's
matches. I mean, she faced Carmella, and the only way that Carmella got distracted by Liv Morgan.
yeah,
Um, and then it was a roll up, and that's how Vega won. Um, I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know. I mean, I my guess is going to be Shayna Baszler, and then this leads to a long feud or longer feud at least with Dewdrop. Um, I like the fact I hated the fact that she was with Eva Marie to begin. And we haven't seen Eva Marie. Thank God Baszler hurt her, and now she's off TV for a while. But it's funny that she came in with Eva Marie,
We don't mean that like
and
that.
um, she's the one that's still on TV right now.
Yeah,
So I think she deserves it. I really enjoyed her in NXT UK.
Eva Marie,
Um, now, Dewdrop.
Dewdrop.
Um,
Okay,
she was also known as oh man, now I can't remember her other ring name before they uh they changed it. Um,
Dewdrops.
yeah, I know I should not be blanking. Um,
I'll tell you right now. Let's Dewdrop. Let's see.
Piper
Piper.
Niven.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Piper Niven was her NXT UK name, and then she came in and they didn't know her name yet. Then they revealed it as Dewdrop. First of all, I'm like, anybody that's in the WWE business, like works for WWE, whether it's UK or whatever, you should know their name. You should know who these people are. So when she came out, I hated that the commentators didn't know who she was. Like it's just like, oh, all of a sudden she's on Raw or SmackDown. All of a sudden it's just a brand new person, never been seen before, kind of. And I just hated it. But I'm glad that she first of all that she's lasted through being with Eva Marie, and now she's like she's kind of starting new on her own thing. Like she has her own little dance that she does down the ring, and people in the crowd are dancing with her. Um, so she's kind of like picking up traction of being on her own in the U.S. on the main roster. She was never in the US NXT. She was only in NXT UK. Um, which is fun to watch. I mean, and it is nice that again you brought up about them having different size, I guess, women. And she's a big girl, but
Mm-hmm.
she's very fun to watch. And but that size, I mean, just like Nia Jax, um, and that's that just that power. And but she's got her agility, and she's doing cannonballs like Kevin Owens does. Um, she's doing cannonball in the corner, and um, the Piper Driver. Well, at least that's what it used to be called.
That's quite
Uh,
the pairing, between Eva Marie and Dewdrop. Which
well,
I
that was
which
the
I
thing
think
though.
is like
Like
that's an
she
aspect
came in
that
as
that.
like,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Go ahead. No, I'll let you go.
Oh shoot. I was gonna say it's an aspect of. I guess it's an aspect of comedy, just
Hmm.
unlikely pairing. Um, so like I do like to think that WWE has some sense of storytelling. Um,
Right.
because yeah, which is what I wanted to segue in our next topic, which is going to be storytelling. But uh, I don't understand what is it. This is not to talk shit about Eva Marie. I'm just wondering what is it about Eva Marie that like, well, what is it that makes her special?
Nothing.
Okay.
And I don't know. I mean,
Would
I'm
you
guessing the
consider her good
looks.
looking?
Me personally, not really. No.
Well, I mean, okay.
But I
Because
believe like
that's what I
that's what
would think.
that's like the main thing.
That's what I would think. I mean, not to like talk smack about her, because I mean, obviously she's on the main roster for a reason. Um,
Wait, if there's anybody that Max Jaw can get away with talking smack with, I think it's gonna be Eva Marie.
ah,
I think if it came down to it face to face, I think you could beat her.
see, that's the. Are you
I'm
are
just
you
saying.
are you asking me to Andy Kaufman this shit? Is that what you're asking me?
uh, in in a 221 or in a 2021 kind of way.
Oh, I see, I see. Okay, Eva Marie. Does she have a
Yep,
middle name? Because
it's
that would just sound like she's being scolded.
it's actually Eve is her first name, is her middle name, and Marie is her last name.
Really?
She's Eva.
Well, Eve, Marie, I issue a challenge, death match, no holds barred. But you don't have to say that. You don't have to say that because it's gonna be a no holds bar match. We're gonna put a flaming cage on there. I'm gonna give you 30 free shots.
She's gonna
Ay
be
ay
white
ay.
and wasted.
Oh, hey, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the
Anyway,
thing,
yeah.
Big D. Here's the thing. I don't know Eva Marie personally. I don't know who she is as a person. Yep, you know where this is
Well, hey,
going.
I mean, when it came out that she was gonna be returning, there was no real excitement. I mean, there was that.
I think there's a sizable, and this is pun intended, male audience.
Oh,
Yep.
I thought you were gonna say sizable reactions.
There were some sizable reactions in the privacy of some people's homes, and some not so sizable reactions.
Thank God there weren't any crowds.
Mine was
It was like,
downright in the ED spectrum.
oh man.
But yeah, it's coming back to the Queen of the Ring, or I keep calling it Queen of the Ring. It is Queen of the Ring. Okay, WWE will get there. They'll get there
I'll get
eventually.
that.
They'll get there. Queen of the Ring. But for now, it's Queen's Crown, and it just means that it just sounds like bling. But I think we're both on the same page with Shayna Baszler. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And yeah, congrats to Dewdrop for making it out of the Evo Marie whole thing and being on her own and hopefully having a well. I don't think they're going to be able to have a feud because Shayna's going to SmackDown.
Well,
So
there
this is
you
like
go.
this will be their final fight before um, they split
Well,
ways.
Shane is gonna win though. Hey, I think Hermit just responded hello to Pages right now. Or
Uh,
no? Okay,
no, it's fine. It's fine.
it's been okay. Well,